everybody, Pastor Pam here, and we are going to be making a Christmas craft together with items that you may already have just hanging out in your house. We're going to make a wreath out of a pool noodle, some tinsel garland, and some duct tape. So the first thing that we need to do is create a circle out of our pool noodle, but you'll notice that it's not very easy with the noodle as is. So we're going to start by taking some scissors and we're going to cut the pool noodle at an angle just here at the edges. You're going to want sharp scissors to do this with, or if you have a serrated knife, that might work really well also. Once you cut one side, you're going to want to cut the other end of the noodle going the opposite direction. So now that we have our angles, you'll see that it comes together much more nicely in a circle shape. So we are going to duct tape these two ends of the noodles together. For this part, you just wrap it around the two ends of the noodles where they join together, and I use about 2 layers of duct tape here. So now I have my wreath base. It's not the prettiest taping job, but that's okay. We're going to cover it up in just a minute with our tinsel. So the next thing you're going to do is get your tinsel garland ready. I have 2 12-foot long pieces of garland here. I do have a third in case this ends up not being enough. So I'm going to start by finding the ends of each piece of garland, and I'm going to just use the duct tape again. And I'm going to tape the ends onto my wreath base. So put them up here and tape them on. So now that it is attached, at least to begin with, we're just going to start wrapping the tinsel around the wreath base. As I wrapped the garland around the wreath base, I made sure to keep the same pattern throughout. So red, silver, and so on. This is a good point to tell you that you can use more than 2 pieces of garland, more than 2 colors if you want to. Again, you just want to keep the same pattern going throughout the whole wreath. So I am coming up on the end of my wreath here, and it looks like I am going to have plenty of garland with just 2 strands. It really depends on how long your strands of garland are and how big your pool noodle is to start, how much you're going to need. I've come back around to the beginning and I still have a bit of a tail of garland. So I'm just going to double check that I've covered everything nicely, maybe scrunch some sections together and use up the rest of this garland. I also use this as an opportunity to double check that I had kept the pattern consistent throughout the wreath. So we've made it all the way back around to the top. Once again, I'm just going to take my handy dandy duct tape. I'm going to actually take 2 pieces this time. And I'm going to tape down the ends of the garlands again. So I'll start. So I've got the end of my red. So I'm going to start with the silver because it's a little bit shorter. So I've got the end of my silver that's going to come here. I'm going to tape that down. Now my red can kind of cover up any of the duct tape that may have shown up on the top. And I will tape the red down as well. So you can see the tape here at the back, but from the front, you can't see anything. And so we have a nice garland wreath that you can hang up anywhere that you would like in your home. You can finish it off with a bow if you so choose, or any other sort of little decorations to go along with it. Thank you so much for crafting with me during this Advent season. I wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas, and I hope that you have enjoyed making this tinsel wreath with me.